Hey guys, how's it going? I'm with Sam Moores.
Hello.
Photographer, YouTuber, put a link to his channel underneath. We're in his RS3, which is a hot hatch that I've been really keen to get my hands on for a while. I've driven the old one, which was pretty numb, a bit like the old S3, but I've read many positive things about this car, and I think it's going to be a great alternative to the Focus RS that I've been burning it around in for a week. I think they're going to be very different cars, but based on sort of similar power and four-wheel drive systems. So
it's the sort of thing, like the Focus RS is something that someone might go, oh, Audi RS3, or you could have a Focus RS for X amount less.
Exactly, yes.
Like, what separates them? Why is this one more expensive? Should this one be more expensive?
Absolutely. And answering that question quickly, the first thing obviously you get in here, and I mean probably my biggest complaint about the Focus RS is the interior quality, but you kind of expect that when you find out how good it drives. You get in this and it's just premium. I mean, the seats are stunning, aren't they? Yeah, they're so comfortable.
These are the optional buckets.
I was gonna say,
which
did you have like did you have a Tourette's with the pencil, or when you're ticking the option boxes?
I tick the things that are important to me, not the random stuff. So sound system, seats. I wanted these bucket seats. I wanted as much support laterally as possible, and then the sports exhaust. Give it a couple.
Driving position number one again, Volkswagen and Audi. The previous gen cars were terrible, and this is really good. I wouldn't say it's as I want it, like in a bit. It's not quite as, I can't sit quite as low.
You can,
it is no,
you can adjust it and whatever.
I put it down from where you had it. It's not quite, but then I am a giant, so but it's nothing as bad as the
the Focus is very much like
but otherwise, it's great. The wheel comes, it's got loads of adjustment by the looks of things there, so the wheel is lovely, very close to me, and also it's an automatic, so I don't need to worry about when my feet are too badly, whereas in the RS you kind of do. But yeah, let's get this bad boy underway. We've got an electronic handbrake there. Oh, the cabin's it's just so nice. It's simple and effective in here. It's lovely.
Everyone always bangs on about this stuff, and people in the comments always have a go and say, stop talking about cup holders. But like this one has proper ones. This is the first freaking Audi I've been in a long time that has decent ones.
Yeah, because
like
usually they're down here or something.
Rubbish ones.
Yeah,
or they're like, you put something in it and then you can't put the armrest down. All that kind of rubbish, you know. Someone spent a lot of money and time designing it badly, and just finally they got it right in this one. Yeah, and especially in an Audi, you kind of, one thing you do expect about Audis is getting their interiors. Interior is the reason most people buy an Audi.
We're in sports now?
Yeah, so
we're in dynamic.
We're in the, you can have a bunch of different modes.
Okay.
And you can cycle through it with a button down here, or I've changed it to them there.
Right.
And so comfort is everything loose, steering wheel the lightest, exhaust the quietest, gearbox really relaxed, exhaust valves kind of shut.
Sure.
And then you probably would want it on the complete opposite of that, which is the dynamic one, apart from the fact we live in the UK, so you don't want the hard suspension. Like, there's basically no point for that.
Yeah, sure.
So if you cycle it around to the individual one, it does put it in the sporty gearbox setting, but you can just, that I find if you're driving around, it's
a bit jerky,
and it changes, it like really waits on the changes and stuff, which would make sense if you were driving on a track or on a countryside. But if you're in a town and you're going, everyone's like,
people are like, look,
who is this guy? So you just pop that back like
like that,
and it goes in and out of sport.
Okay. Oh, so now, listen to that. Actually, the idle, it even changes the idle. Yeah. And so manual over there.
Yeah.
Let's just try it in 1 sec. So this is normal drive firstly, with the exhaust on now.
This is in everything on apart from the suspension.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's lovely throttle, lovely soft. Again, coming from the Focus RS, you'll find the first 1.5 inches, 2 inches, like there's 50% of the power there. It's very whereas
they've like made the
turned it right up,
so made it a really unlinear throttle.
So it feels extra responsive, which it does for
lots of cars. They do that though. It makes it feel punchier, and quicker.
Yep.
Oh, it sounds so good.
I mean, that is what confuses me about if you're gonna pay the premium for a 4-wheel drive hot hatch like this, which is what, 50 odd grand.
Yeah, but it's something around there.
Why you would buy an A45 over this, I just don't know.
Yes, that's for me is the #1 difference between this and even like you can get an S3.
Yep.
And the S3 interior, in fact, it rides a little bit better. Yep. Because it's not as set up as stiff.
Yep. Yep.
But you don't have the engine. And as soon as you've had that engine, that's game changer. Like completely different. It's completely different sound.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, engines mean a lot to me, and that's why I love my BMs, because you get the 6-cylinder and stuff.
Yeah.
But the 5-cylinder's always been my favourite from the Quattro days, and
I say, oh, you know, it kind of sounds like an R8, and people go, nah, no. But then you think about it, it really does.
It sounds like the R8 V10.
Yeah, it sounds like the V10, not the V8. Yeah. And then every time you change down, it like goes blah 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 blah, and it's got some punch.
And yeah, you don't realise how fast you're going in. the ride again.
You're reasonably well insulated from.
You are.
When you open this,
yeah, you can hear the exhaust.
You can really hear the exhaust, especially on the down changes. You have to. It's only on the down change.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh yeah. I mean, it feels. The only thing I haven't done is push it yet, but it feels to me very premium. The ride's amazing, but it feels very taut. It does feel like the all-weather sort of weapon that you could just... It's so different to that RS. What I love about the RS3 more than anything, even before and after I've driven it, is the way it looks. It's just... It looks the best out of all of them.
It looks mean.
It looks mean, but it's subtle and cool as well. It's just like... It kind of, you know what it is if you're looking for it, but otherwise it kind of just fits in.
The number of people who are just completely shocked by this car, like, it is so crazily loud for a stock. Like, okay, it's got the sports exhaust option, but like a car that's just come out the factory.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to change the exhaust, and then someone asked me after like one day. I was like, no way. This is plenty loud enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, we've got fuel again. Thanks for bringing it over empty. Cheers, man. Oh, naughty. Can we have that open again? Oh, okay. Oh, that is just that's
fruity.
Very fruity, and I could already tell you that, God, the previous gen, I've driven a couple of the modern-ish Audis, and they don't want to change down, but this would bring me down no problem.
Yeah, it doesn't like it. Sometimes you get a little ahead of it, but
sure.
Like if you try and go boom, 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 boom. But other than that, versus when I got my previous S3.
Wow, it flies.
Then it gets loud.
Oh.
We'll try launch control.
Oh yes, let's try one of them.
The launch control in this car.
Yeah.
I'll film it from outside. But you have to put it all off.
Yep.
And then you can have it in sport or manual or any of that. Okay, basically anything it's in now.
Yep.
Left foot, right foot, lift left foot.
Oh yes, there it is.
So I'll film it from outside.
Brilliant. Right, so I'm about to attempt launch control in an RS3. Here we go. We actually got some wheel spin there in first. It didn't get away very cleanly. seems to test this like
3.8.
3.8, yeah. I don't think I've ever. Well, maybe I've driven a couple of cars but this could do that consistently.
Yeah.
It's like rally car stuff. Yeah. It's like that is brilliant. Wow. Oh, well, that's really impressive. I feel like I pretty much know this car now. I just want to throw it into a couple of corners and then we can head off. Let's put the ESP back on.
Most people that have to buy this car,
yeah,
they buy it kind of in my situation where it's the daily driver, but it's the slightly like, it's the fucking cool daily driver.
Yeah, sure.
Whereas they probably also have something else. I think if you only have one car, you've got to have a rear-wheel drive car.
Yes. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Maybe.
Although when you drive, well, the RS though, you can't use it every day, but okay, so you do get a little bit of push. But
I mean, it is mega. It is mega. It does everything. And it does everything really quite well.
It gets up to speed so fast that you have to, like, you have to keep an eye on the speed. It's like,
yep.
Right, so let's, so we're in individual, aren't I? Yeah. Oh yes, definitely. That's still right. Right, so this is my little, my little testing circuit. Yeah. But you got to kind of time it. Right. Okay, so now I'm coming here, and then that car, then like there. So it's just literally, it's like.
There's so much stuff in the back.
Oh yeah. Very efficiently. Oh, that engine. Honestly, the engine, forget
everything else.
Forget about the M55, forget about that amazing B58 that's in the new 140i. This thing is just a masterpiece. Probably isn't very efficient, but like that sound is just
the sound. Like when you're just cruising around, stuck in traffic, it still sounds like that.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, just turning in there, so the brakes obviously are very good. I mean, they look ridiculous, so you kind of expect that they'll be good. Pulling out is just effortless, just finds grip. There was a bit of understeer going in there, but to be fair, it's cold today, and tyres will be cold as well. And there's not many cars that I know that you can really turn in there and it just hooks up and throws you out, especially all-wheel drive cars. It's got a safe feeling about it, but I'm sure if I was more used to this car and I could turn some of the controls off, you'd probably be able to balance it a bit through there. But yeah, you'll notice with the RS, you can get it in there absolutely sideways and back end, like layering out. You know, you see where the money goes in this thing. You can see the quality of the car, the quality of the interior, the quality of the ride, the quality of that engine, the quality of the exhaust sound, the quality of the enjoyment it offers, and yeah, it's brilliant. And ironically, the one thing that I think it doesn't quite offer is when you're really pushing on, where something like the Focus RS, that's where that excels. That car makes.
I think if you're in the market for something like this, definitely go drive it.
Yes. Because you're falling in love with it. And you're falling in love with it before you
with the noise.
You just start it up and you're like, yep, I'll have one of them, please.
A whole bunch of people are like, you just couldn't afford the RS6.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. More expensive car, whatever. But this is small. This is a little hatchback.
It is.
You can park it everywhere. You don't worry about it being massive.
No, and I bet you up to 80 miles an hour, there's nothing in it between this and the RS6.
Oh, probably not, no.
And if anything, yeah, this is going to be more nimble. The RS6 is great, and I've spent a lot of time in them, but they're not the sort of car you get excited about on a Sunday morning to take out and drive. They are the sort of car you get excited about if you could only have the one car. It's a family car. To me, that over a Range Rover or something, hands down, definitely. Like just a weapon. But you're not going to get up early on a Sunday and go, oh, let's take the RS6 out. You're just not, because it's not that sort of car after you've owned it for a couple of weeks. Whereas this thing just does it all. So if you're looking at sort of a medium range A4 or A6 and not sure, if you can cram the family into one of these things, then do it, because you only live once, and this thing is this kind of just combines everything. It's just it's brilliant, man. Thanks, Sam, for letting me
You're welcome.
Me abuse your RS3. That was great. I'm really excited that I finally got to drive one. Suddenly all these hot hatches are coming along and I'm driving them. But this is if you got the money, this is great. And it's a totally, just quickly before I finish, it's a don't think of it as a comparison to say the M2. Again, the M2 is an out and out sports car, that it doesn't offer you the ride or the practicality that this does. It's very fun when you're pushing on, but it's not the same car. I mean, they're similar sort of price points, but you know, this is a hatchback that gives you everything, whereas the M2 is a you know, a 2+2 or a small 4-seater that is fun when you're really pushing on, but its ride is you know, it's very stiff. It's not a daily like this car is. Please remember to subscribe. Check out Sam's channel because it is awesome, and guy's just got some amazing videos on there. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to his as well, and thumbs up and all the rest. See you later, bye.